Hey there, it's Steve
And Terry.
from Serious Keto, and I've got to start this with a little bit of bad news.
Oh,
Yeah. But I followed up with some good news.
okay.
So Courtney and I actually did this video review, and somehow I screwed up. When I was transferring it from the camera, I must not have transferred it from the camera, and then I deleted it. So that's the bad news. The good news is you get to be in this video, and it's cheesecake.
Whoa.
So
I like cheesecake.
I know you like cheesecake. So, in fact, we both like cheesecake so much that for our wedding, instead of a traditional wedding cake, we had,
Cheesecake.
yep, a great big triple tier cheesecake.
Yeah.
And there is a very, very good cheesecake bakery in a western suburb of Milwaukee. I'm not actually going to name them, but they're really good. And as a result, we've got sort of, I think, a high bar, sort of high standards for cheesecake. And what we're going to review is the cheesecake from Wonder Monday, is the name of the company.
Okay.
All right, first off, they pack this well. It's a nice insulated package. They ship it FedEx. Big ice pack here. And what we have is a 28-piece variety packets, 7 flavors, or seven of each of 4 flavors. 4 flavors, 7 each. Okay, so we're going to start off with the New York style cheesecake. Does that work for you?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm going to cut these, just to give an idea of the size. So these are bigger than a bite. In fact, they're about the size of a bite Connor would take.
Yeah.
They're about 4 bites for me, probably. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut them into quarters here. And there you go. New York style cheesecake.
Very good. I like the crust and tastes like graham cracker.
I'm going to be a little bit critical here. First, the crust I wish was a little bit more graham crackery in taste. I'm used to, the crushed graham cracker with the butter and the sugar. It's still a pretty distinct memory for me. Maybe if they use like some pecan flour or something in it, maybe a little more graham crackery. Also, I like New York style cheesecake to be a little bit more dense and a little bit more sour. I felt like I picked up a tiny bit of citrus in there, but I like the, almost like sour cream sort of tang.
I like this. This is good with, I thought it had graham cracker flavor. So.
Okay. Well, I'm being a little more critical. Next up, do you want to do the strawberry? I don't know if it's called like strawberry swirl, or there's a salted caramel.
We'll do this one.
The strawberry? Okay. All right, there's your piece. Here we go.
Thanks.
Oh, when we forgot to cheers on one of those last videos, we got called out for it, for not doing cheers.
Cheers.
I really like that.
Yeah, it's good. You can taste the strawberry flavoring throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, and it's not like a really sweet, like a syrupy strawberry.
Very subtle, yeah.
Yeah, it tastes very much like natural strawberries,
Yes.
not overpowering in terms of like the sweetness. That's a win.
Yeah, it's good.
Next up, the salted caramel, or caramel. Ting.
Yeah, got just enough caramel flavoring, and it's good because it's got enough plain also in there, which I like plain cheesecake mostly. That's my favorite. So
Yeah,
I like.
I didn't get much of the caramel flavor initially, but then right at the very end, and then now, especially after I've swallowed it, it's like, what are the little caramel cubes? Is that Brock's?
Brock's caramels. Yeah.
I almost have that like aftertaste that you would have in your mouth if you just ate a Brock's caramel.
Caramel. Yeah.
So if you like caramel, yeah, this was a win also. Finally, we have the chocolate, and I don't know if they call the chocolate like chocolate decadence or something like that. There's a little swirl in there. It's sort of a double chocolate. You got the chocolate cheesecake and then a chocolate swirl. Of course, I cross-pollinated a little bit here with the other cheesecake on the bite. We should have brought napkins.
Yep.
I'll just wipe it off on your shirt.
Again, I'm not a fan of flavored I love chocolate. Don't get me wrong, but I like the plain stuff better and the salt. Yeah.
To me, this tastes like the perfect sort of chocolate cream cheese frosting that you would put on top of a muffin or something like that. It's not as light as a mousse, but it also doesn't feel quite as dense as a cheesecake.
Right.
And the chocolate itself is somewhere between milk chocolate and dark chocolate.
Yeah, it's not overpowering either.
It's the sort of thing that it's rich, but not so rich that you couldn't eat an entire one of these bites.
Correct.
But I think after eating one, you'd be pretty satisfied.
Pretty satisfied, yeah.
So you like the plain one the most?
Yes, and then this caramel one next.
I think I think strawberry was probably my favorite. And then after that, probably the caramel, and then the chocolate, and then the plain. They were all good. But if you were going to make me force rank them, that's where I'd be at. So in terms of carb count, because I think that's one of the main things everyone's going to care about, in terms of total carbs, each one of these mini cheesecakes is 9 or 10 grams of total carbs. It's sweetened with allulose, so once you subtract that out and you subtract out the little bit of fiber, each one has 1 net gram of carbs. Now in terms of price, each one of these mini cheesecakes works out, after you use the coupon code that I'll include down in the description, each works out to right around $2.50 a piece. So basically you get 28 of these for $70. That does include the FedEx shipping. So bear that in mind. And at $2.50, that would put that on par with like the keto cookies, the full-size keto cookies, or the protein cookies from Chipmunk. I also got out onto the website from the place where we got our wedding cheesecake, and they don't have bites, but their smallest cheesecake is 4 inches by 6 inches. So fairly small, but this big. And I think it was $23 or $25 for that. So to have something that's handcrafted, hand-baked, $2.50 a piece, I don't think that's especially out of line, including shipping. So on the whole, Wonder Monday, I'm pretty pleased with your product here. I got to be careful though, because I feel like I could probably rip through an entire tray of these pretty easily. So I think we're going to have to store these out in the garage, which is our extra fridge/freezer at this time of year, just to keep me from going to town on them.
Yeah, I really like that plain.
All right, so what do we say?
We'll see you next time.
That's right. Thanks for watching.